Zdravím všechny, co jsem kanál ze Stresa, vítejte u dalšího pokračování Genshinského travel vlogu. Nebo něco takového, co? Něco takového, nebo něco jiného, podle toho, co zrovna máme na práci. Dneska si vezmeme na starost dodělávání miniquestů a miniquestových ság. Jakože tam máme kurentně 3 miniquestové ságy, každá ta sága odehrávající se na separátním ostrově. A ty odemykají různé důležité věci, co se týče průzkumu, nebo i celých itemů. A nebo zpřístupňování lokalit ostrova, kde jsou důležité věci. Takže, jelikož je to celá věc sama o sobě, tak uděláme co nejvíc z nich stihneme. Takže jestli stihneme jedno, s tím je jedno, ale jestli stihneme všechny 3, tak stihneme všechny 3. Plus ještě nějaký věci, které tu naskákaly, jako třeba tady před Yashar Commission u Ayaki se tu objevil někdo tady. Někdo z Mondstadu. Pozrieme, hello. Scenery here is rather lovely. If only someone is around to take a picture for me. What are you doing here? Oh, are you the traveler? Great, I was looking for someone like you. My name is Susan, and I'm from Mondstadt. My husband is here in Inazuma on a business trip, so I came here with him. We had no idea what the situation would be, that the situation in Inazuma would become like this. Since we can't go home anyway, I suggest that we travel around. Unfortunately, my husband is really lazy and couldn't get him out the door, and I ended up traveling by myself. But I don't have anyone who can take a picture of me, which is a crying shame. I would ask a friend of mine to help purchase this camera fontaine and all. Or I had asked a friend of mine to help purchase camera and fontaine and all too. But since you're here, may I ask you to help me? Leave it to me. Please tell me if my poses are enough. Should I tilt my head? Okay, I'm ready. Musím tu kameru vážně vytáhnout. Špatný menu. Fajn, vydám to normální. Jsem tam přes to celý já, to bude stačit. Not bad, natural beauty after all. Very all I need, ma'am. Oh, Joel, you're such a sweet talker. Come, this is your reward for a picture of me. Okay, thanks. Je to nějaké fotomod? Jo, tady je ten fotomod, který jsme používali dřív. Jo, s tím si že jak tu kameru, tak jsem si vzpomněl na předešlý fotografování a pozicování, tak jsem si říkal, jestli to není nějaká věc. Tak jsem si poprvé říkal, kde je ta kamera, možná to využiju. A našel jsem ji celkem rychle, takže ji možná i někde využiju. Takže, mini věc vyskočila před chvílí number 2. Což je pokračování k tomuhletu. Hereafter Return to the Mountains. To je mini pokračování k charakter sidequestu Xia, Conquerora of Demons. Jestli si pamatujete jeho. Tak při jeho side story questu jsme poznali sochu umírajícího nebo doznívajícího dalšího Demon Fightera Pervasise a potkali jsme taky týpka, který se vydával za jednoho z nich. tohle to je quest, který se týká toho konce toho a té svatyně, kde jsme Pervejsí se našli. Takže jdeme na to. Ta střecha je celá. OK. I vevnitř! Tak to je mega hype. Kámo, ten se docela vytáhnul. The temple's looking the part now. Wow, it certainly is, yes. Well, you got impeccable timing, haven't you? The repairs have just been completed, and I've just finished paying the laborers. I didn't think that it would cost this much more. I've more or less sunk all my earnings into this place. But anyway, the important thing is that the temple has been rebuilt. Would you like to offer some incense? I made a point of getting a new censer made. Sure. Take these incense sticks. The censer is right over there. Offer the incense. Ding. Happy afterlife, Pervejsís. Happy afterlife. How do you feel? Pretty good. Wonderful. I hope that there will always be incense alight in this temple. I will remain here for a while. This is a quiet spot, perfect for my compilation work. Yeah, compilation z toho, jak to stavěl. I need to get those materials that I gathered sorted out and continue to compile my book about the Vigilante Yaksha. If you have the time, you can drop by this temple and check on things. If you ever want to offer incense, just get some from me. I'd actually love to do some repairs on the surrounding area as well. The path needs repaving with fences on either side. We should have a flower bed nearby. All is well. A celá ta surrounding area vypadá, jako kdyby prostě se toho nikdo nedotknul tak století minimálně. To je tak záhadný, jako kdyby všechno bylo udržované kolem měst a všechno ostatní vypadalo jako opuštěná divočina. Žádná infrastruktura nebyla udržovaná. Takže ten tu teďkon bydlí. Wait a minute. Oni tady jsou po bocích dveře. Kam? Kam ty dveře vedou? Ten co by možná mezi začátkem toho okna a touhletou příčkou úzkou, tady kolmou. No to ještě to odzhradou. Takže jako to okno tady trošičku už začíná procházet zdí. A jako co může být v šířce tohodle okna v podstatě a do tohodle rohu. V takovým malinkým prostůrku. A tady to samý na druhé straně, jako co se mu tam regulárně vejde. To je prostě skoro až skandální. Ale je pěkný, že to fakt prostě dostavěl a prostě se změnilo to prostředí, to, že předtím to byla prostě vyloženě ruina. A teď je to prostě celý barák. Ještě to uzavřeme tím achievementem. Tada! All is well. Help One Ping Yan renovate Pervasive Temple. You're welcome.
I'm all for work-life balance, but I think this is
Pushing it. I know. Takže, tady máme naše 3 mega miniquesty. No, miniquestové ságy. Miniquestová sága Through the Mists, což je o tom posledním ostrovu úplně nejvíc na jihu. Miniquestová sága Orobashi's Legacy, což je pradávný božský červ Orobashi, který ho uctívají ty lidi z Watatsumi Islandu, odkud je Kokomi. A Raiden Shogun ho zabila, protože byl ke konci začínal být hodně zlej a hodně prostě nebezpečný, tak ho prostě přesekla vejpůl. A to se bude týkat jeho, a proč na tom ostrově, kde zemřel, je totální pohroma. A miniquestová sága Tatara Tales, což je na Tatarasuna Islandu, což tam je nějaká osada uprostřed ostrova, v nějaký prostě přikrytá kamennými převisy, nebo tak nějak, a je tam nějaká neprostupná bariéra, takže to bude něco kolem toho. Takže co vezmeme, jakým pořadí? Možná vezmeme Tatarasunu na začátek. Tatara Tales. Ask the two about situation. Something ominous seems to have occurred at Inazuma's Tatarasuna. Něco záhadného se děje na Tatarasuna Islandu. Okay.
brace yourself.
Got him. Přímo nad to není, takže to musí být pod. A já už to vidím. Tady je nějaká chujovina. Dan dokončil jsem okruh.
Not bad, as far as treasure is concerned.
A ding ding. A jinak tady Kromě gemu nic speciálního není. Že se vezmu tohleto.
There's no end to this. Another test subject. That tingle?
Dvě prasata, jenom jsem dokonce zvládnu. Tak, se tam zase vrátíme. To je, co jsem odbil. Tohleto záhadný. Tohleto schovanou. Tu elektrogranu, nebo jak se to jmenuje? Voják a Shrine Maiden se pohádali. My s tím asi pomůžeme. Is there something I could... What's all this Mikage furnace and Tatarigami talk? Just a small problem, I need a little time to sort out. You're an adventurer, aren't you? This place isn't suitable for you or your ilk. Get out of here. How did it come to this? What is this Mikage furnace that you guys were talking about earlier? You're an outlander, aren't you? You've got some terrible luck to have traveled to Inazuma at this time. That island over there is called Tatarasuny. It's a smelting plant for jade steel, which is used to forge weaponry. Are you aware of the legends of Inuzuman swords? The jade steel manufactured here is the reason that Inuzuma's swords are as sharp as durable as they are. Ooh, sounds top secret. It's not that big of a secret. After all the Tenryou Commission feels that having the ability to forge powerful weapons is something they should flaunt. A few years ago, for the purpose of expanding production capacity, they hired a team of consultants from Fontaine. They built the Mikage furnace, a machine that can fully harvest the powers of the Tatarigami. We warned them countless times not to let their guard down when it comes to the Tatarigami, but they decided to go ahead with the project anyway. After the Mikage furnace started production, most of the consultant team returned to Fontaine. Only Xavier, who we just mentioned, stayed behind in Inazuma. But during one of the previous battles, something went wrong with the furnace. The part that stored the corrupt Tatarigami energy became extremely unstable. Work was halted in Tatarasuny and everyone was evacuated shortly after. Xavier took emergency action and he seemed to have set up a containment dome around the Mikage furnace. It's only a temporary solution though. He's probably still on the island now as we speak, trying to figure out a way to solve the problem for good. Meanwhile, the Shogunate is only concerned about restarting production as soon as possible. I heard they're even considering calling the consultants from Fontaine back again. But I don't think they'll be willing to come under the current conditions to Inazuma. And it's just that, and it just has to be that Hanbei guy in charge of this whole thing, doesn't it? Who's Hanbei? Manager, you could say. Always going on about procedures, articles, and apps. Mirroruje nějaký real life větě. His first reaction is never to find a solution to the problem. Instead, it's about what forms should be filled out and which powerful individual needs to be informed. He's probably in the city right now preparing to submit whatever forms he can find. I really don't know if he's actually aware of the severity of the situation. I just hope that Xavier or our craftsman can find some way to solve the problem. If something were to go wrong with the Tatarigami inside the Mikage furnace, well, if that happens, you should probably leave the island right away. That sounds pretty serious. Won't someone think of the poor treasures? Won't someone think of the poor... It affect our adventures for sure. Won't someone think of the poor treasures? That's true, but didn't she mention that someone named Xavier is trying to find a solution? Why don't we go take a look? It'll be putting my mind at ease if we could help take care of this, wouldn't it? Cool. Let's get going then. Really? I don't have time for your shit. You're close by. Tak vyměním nějakou partu za nějakou jinou. Mějme si za tuhle. Což mi připomíná... Ten. Xavier, the great inventor. Tamhle. To je. Vypadá to víc jako nějaká factory zóna, než nějaká vesnice. Když ta factory zóna je v podstatě zavesnicovaná. Let's help us. Hello, are you Xavier by any chance? That's right. Xavier is the name, and the name is mine. What it is fate fair of a fool. But it is... What is it fate fair or foul that we should meet at this time and place? Pray tell, fine lass. Who are you? I'm just a helpful adventurer. An adventurer? A grand adventurer en route to the stars, the abyss and beyond, arrives here on the island of conflict and Tatarigami. On the way here, did you happen to see a protective cover that looks like a bubble? No, I didn't. Oh, okay then. No, that makes sense. The containment dome is not usually visible. If you want to view it from a distance, you have to employ a specific observation technique. So, how do you do it? Not with my eyes, that's for sure. I view it by availing myself of this work. The Mikage Furnace Emergency Response Procedures, trial version. I followed the instructions to the letter. Based on the readings given by the instrument, it seems that the dome has been successfully activated. But no, one other thing I should mention is that technically speaking, its official name is the Mikage Furnace Emergency Containment Dome. Now, and as for the Mikage Furnace itself, let's give me the short version. Basically, it's a super smelter built using fontaine technology, powered by a Tatarigami core brought over from Yashiori Island. Due to the impact of the war, the Mikage Furnace is now in an extremely unstable state. Takže to je taková vybuchující jaderná elektrárna. But whatever happens, I have now sealed it following the Mikage Furnace's emergency response procedures, trial version. Lawsuit pending. So the problem is almost certainly contained to a certain extent. To a certain extent? Well, it might be that almost 900 pages long, but the trial version, lawsuit pending, has no information on the emergency measures applicable in the wartime scenario. We need to form the editors group for a trial version, expanded edition first issue, and have a detailed discussion on additional emergency scenarios. Anyway, point being, even though I have followed the emergency response measures, they aren't the most complete, and the environment within the containment dome has turned less than ideal, shall we say. The Mikage Furnace had now ceased operation indefinitely, and that soldier over there is getting incredibly antsy about it. Allegedly, Miyuki recently brought some of his people to arrange for the evacuation of the civilians. Now that really got him riled up. But if things continue like they are, who knows? Tatarasuny might just turn into a glorious firework visible all the way from my dear home. The beautiful town of Petrichor. Haha! Name drop hlavního města Fontaineu, pravděpodobně. Petrichor. When you say firework, could it really get that bad? In the worst case scenario, yes, it could. We have not reached that stage yet, but if it gets that serious, you'll look to the procedures for further guidance. Precisely. But considering it mostly deals with insurance claims and lawsuits and the like, I was rather hoping it wouldn't come to that. Recently, though, the instrument is indicating that the containment dome I activated is a little unstable itself. But I don't know what the real problem is. Back in my beautiful homeland of Fontaine, we would normally have a vision-wielding expert diagnose the problem. Then we would form a dedicated review panel to discuss and raise proposals and approve a solution, then organize the remedial work. But with Inazuma being the way it is right now, like totally in the gutter, all I can say is try to determine what might be going on through the naked eye observations and my imagination. In short, you're taking a best guess? Best guess? My dear girl, please. That is a woefully inadequate representation of what goes on. A fairer description would be observation and inference drawing on a wealth of professional experience, including analogous previous cases. Okay, so an educated guess. Precisely. So my guess is that it could conceivably, potentially, hypothetically, theoretically, be an issue with the device containing the Tatarasuny core that is having a knock-on effect on the containment dome that I installed. But even if that's the case, the readings given by this instrument seem off. Something must have happened outside the dome as well. Sorry, just making a vision barrier. So you're lacking someone capable of investigating. Yes, that's it. Under the kind of circumstance in the area around the Mikage furnace, only a vision bearer would be, well, safe. Anyone else would probably make it around 3 paces. Except for me, I'm a special case. I had croaked about halfway through taking my first step. In short, if we only knew what exactly was going on with the Mikage furnace itself, it would be likely I would be more able to formulate a repair plan, but we still need a review panel to approve it. Wait, it would only take one person to fulfill the function of a review panel. Haha, so we're all set. Can you allow me to take a look? Huh? But it doesn't look like you have a vision. I have my ways. Is that so? Alright, you've swayed me. It's not technically a proper procedure, but we shan't achieve anything by just sitting on the issue. And I suspect that if we left that soldier to handle it, his reporter would still be sitting in his superior's chest of drawers, gathering dust, and as the island was being blown sky high. As the entire island would be blown sky high. Let me pack up here and then we'll head off. In any event, we need to get closer to the Mikage furnace to get a better idea of the situation. Perhaps you could go and investigate the surrounding area while I'm packing up. These strange readings must have something to do with whatever's happened in the Mikage furnace. Pack up? Has there been approved by a review panel? Actually, as a representative of the present review panel, I have granted myself authorization to pack up. So no need to worry about that. Wow. Observe the Mikage furnace. Huh? There it is. Ty šípy se o to vyloženě fakt zastavují. Tady je někde ta bariéra. OK, půjdeme se na to observnout od někud. Really? To mě nemusí zajímat.
Ooh, will we find any firework materials in here?
Okay. What are you doing here? Jak se na toho připravíme? There is a huge. What on earth is going on? Are those Fatui?
Illusion shattered. Fuse is lit.
Tohle je ta winning combination.
I swear by my sword.
Miscalculated.
Time for a light show.
Nicely done.
Goes the ship down. Leave it up to me. There is no escape.
This isn't good.
Illusion shattered.
Boom. Tak, teď když je to čisto. Wait. There we go. These roots have something to do with the Fatui, huh? Yeah, maybe. Bye. Wow, what a huge rift!
What's one more?
Fall before me.
Wow. Se mu dělá ping 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 ping. On se to celý vznáší, co dokonce. How are these just formed? I still need to find a way through to investigate. Když jsme hned vedle.
Let's get down to business.
Nope. Já si tady hezky zůstanu na chvilku.
Perfect distance. Going somewhere?
Našla se to hnízdo na vrchu. Výborně. Se o to nemusím starat.
Pleasant surprise.
It's my lucky day.
Cheap tricks.
Já vás tu nechám. The rift is huge. Back to Tatarasuny. Momento. Phew, the situation looks stable at least. The situation with the Magage furnace? Yes, indeed. From my observations, the internal buildup of Tatarasuny doesn't seem too high. The reason I initially activated the dome was to stop people from going inside, mostly because of the legal liability it puts on us. Basically, if too much energy accumulates inside, then this dome is completely useless. The main thing here is that everything's looking good right now, so it's happy days. No need to pore over mundane details at this point, so how is the dome looking? It's got 3 rifts in it and a whole load of fatui. Jenom na jednom z nich. Rift? Wait a moment, fatui? What are those sly schniznines doing all the way out here? Whatever it is, it can't be good. You got that right, but if the current issues with the Magage furnace are the fatui is doing, then that complicates things. Goodness gracious, how could this be happening? Just a humble engineer. I only wanted to come here to do a little research, do some filming, get a taste of Inazuma delightful culture. How did I go from that to being caught up in this whole mess? I began as a simple technician. Then the soldier turned up all of a sudden, and it's somehow a process issue. Then somewhere during said process, it transforms again into an Inazuma domestic affair that Outlanders are strictly prohibited from interfering in. And now the fatui are here. If it's going on like this, the nature of this problem is going to change quite radically indeed. I sympathize. You had similar experiences before. Drawn into a messy situation that fundamentally has nothing to do with you whatsoever. That's unfortunate. Whatever. I'm here now, and I'm only the only person capable of resolving this issue. Technically ignoring it would be a compliant decision, both in terms of process and in terms of who has jurisdiction over it. But I can't just leave it unresolved. Perhaps I just need to accept that for a researcher, this is just the way of life. Or as they say in Fontaine, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. To można bude c'est la vie. C'est la vie. If the fatui are here to try and get their hands on the Tatarasuny energy inside the Mikage furnace, then the containment dome should be a major stumbling block to their plans. Were those rifts also? Indeed. There is no doubt in my mind that the fatui are at least tangentially related to those rifts. I see, so it's those cries of containment dome that are causing my instruments to go with these anomalous readings. I must say, they are really stealthy. They managed to make it all the way here, damage to the dome, and access the inside of Mikage furnace without anybody finding out. They're good at doing things in the shadows. If that's the case, then there's a possibility that they actually made it inside. If there are no devices in there, what if they destroyed the Mikage furnace? Are the fatui really so reckless? If it exploded, why would they would share the same fate as everyone else on this whole island? I wouldn't put it past them. Dear me, they're truly daring if that's the case. First things first, we must find a way to scare them off. Give me a moment to think. I've got it. Since they decided to sneak inside, all quiet-like, it must mean that they wish to avoid a direct confrontation with the shogunate. So what we need to do is make some sort of a big dramatic gesture to make them think that the shogunate is already onto them. That'll just make them much more cautious in their approach, which will make our investigation much easier. Dramatic gesture? Do you know the Kamuji? Do you know of the Kamuijima cannon? It's a big gun built using the latest technology, powered by the electro. The shogunate had few of them installed and designed for military purposes, since this is where the front line was at one point. But as the war went on, things changed, and now they're currently sitting there unused. Things changed? What do you mean? You would have to ask our soldier friend over there, but I'm sure he'll only tell you that he's not at liberty to disclose classified military intelligence. If you want to my take, I think the Shogun's army underestimated the sophistication of their enemy, Sangonomiya Kokomi. They installed the Kamuijima cannon hoping to halt Sangonomiya's advance with overwhelming firepower. Yay! He's Miguel. Yay. They installed the cannons hoping to halt Sangonomiya's advance with overwhelming firepower. But although the cannon does indeed pack quite a punch, it has limited field of fire and is not very mobile. Most importantly, big artillery guns like these need several people to operate. Maintenance is a real headache. Trying to defend the Mikage furnace and the Kamui cannons and at the same time meant that our soldier friend and his comrades were spread much too thinly. So ultimately, it actually gave Sangonomiya an opportunity. After making it past the Kamui cannon's field of fire, they quickly took down the forces guarding the Mikage furnace. Before the Shogun's army could get emergency reinforcements to the Mikage furnace, they already withdrawn from there and started attacking from a different direction. Constantly being dragged back and forth kept the Shogun's forces fully occupied, so when the Mikage furnace started having problems, they were forced to halt production. Meanwhile, the Kamui cannons installed in the wild became essentially useless against the kind of tactics employed by Sangonomiya. Suffice it to say that as far as the fight on this island went, Sangonomiya had the upper hand. So did Sangonomiya Kokomi damage the Mikage furnace? I don't think so. They should be well aware that the Tatarigami sealed inside wouldn't treat Sangonomiya or the Shogunate any differently from each other if the Mikage furnace was destroyed. All they want is to continuously harass and attack the Mikage furnace to be a nuisance to the Shogun's army and slowly wear them down. I wonder who it is that is planning all these precise attacks from the Sangonomiya's side. Ito Kokomi herself. Samotná Sangonomiya Kokomi je brilantní strateg. Well, that's enough chit-chatting. Whatever the case, the Kamui cannons will definitely cause a ruckus. To bylo jádro té diskuze, jsem se v tom ztratil. And as a result of some miraculous coincidence, hint hint developers, hint hint, I know how to operate it. Does this miraculous coincidence have to do with Fontaine? Is it Fontaine Tech? It's Fontaine, isn't it? Well, I won't get deeper into it, but we do have other technologies besides just maintaining and producing equipment. Are you going to fire directly? What if the containment dome breaks? As I said before, the containment dome is meant for stopping people from entering. The Fatui have already broken through, that much you've seen with your own eyes. Though it may seem like it's just a few small tears, the truth of the matter is that the dome is actually barely holding up. If they're left unchecked, even the Mikage furnace, if the Mikage's furnace is alright, they'll definitely find other ways to cause problems. If we don't destroy the dome, we would have to go through the 3 tears that the Fatui made to repair the Mikage furnace. We better finish in a barrel for these Fatui to shoot. But if we destroyed it altogether, not only will shock the Fatui and provide us with an advantageous opportunity, it will also allow us to have more routes to choose from. Besides, if we can repair the Mikage furnace in time, everything will return to normal even if we do destroy the containment dome. Have a little faith in me, and in the marvelous technology of my homeland, Fontaine. Come, let's mark the locations of the cannons. Okay, docela zajímavě strategicky rozmístěný. Don't we need to prepare some projectiles? Normally we would, and the cannons use a very special type of projectile. That's why the Shogunate is so lax about leaving these huge cannons in the wild. But as I've said before, I happen to know how to operate this cannon. What I also know is how to make use of electro to bypass its projectile-related limitations. But since neither of us has a vision, if we are to get a hold of some stable elemental power, we should go ask the treasure hoarders we might borrow a few of those curious small bottles in which they seal some. Don't worry, I can control the elements just fine. What? You're not a bearer of the vision. Perhaps we all have our own little secrets, eh? I shall not pry. Then on behalf of our special review board, I will be entrusting you with this task. I'm confident that we will make you a wonderful team. You're welcome. Activate the Kamui cannons. Zip, zip a zip. Myslím. Jo, tady jsou ty čtverečky. A dva z těch čtverečků mají teleporty. Well, jo, tady se portuju hodněkrát na tady tu loď. To je tohleto. Kamui Cannon. A giant powerful cannon because especially the fire can also charge using electro energy. Collect electrograna from these wooden things and you can use it to charge the cannon. Okay. This kind of cannon doesn't have a point and shoot aiming facility, so you must adjust the in order to fire on target. Jo, že nemá prostě jednodušený zaměřování, tím chtěli říct. Nemůžu to prostě zamířit na tyhle ty týpky? Zajímavé. Krabík. Takže... Jo, na to je potřeba tady ta věc. Která je tu i z tohohle důvodu vedle. Namíříme elektrické kompasy. Tak, tamhle je elektrokrystal, tamhle je další. Že co ten? Tenhle přemístit víc sem. Done. Úplně jednoduchý. Já, bude tomu tak, Jean. Zajímavé věci jsem tady v okolí udělal. Nope, it won't. Nope. Tvůj kamarád už se vrátil. A já se schovám za kanónem, u kterého se nedokážeš navigovat. Nope. Vrať se ke svému kámošovi. Buď hodnej samuraj. Buď hodnej.
This will end you.
No tak.
Cheap tricks.
Kam já tam se vrátil? Co mě pořád dotravuješ?
I missed a spot.
Tak ho tady budeme asi nějakou dobu, protože ten týpek je tu prostě zaseklej. To můžu pokácet keřík.
Cheap tricks.
Mám tě pozvat tam tvýho kamaráda, aby sis nějak připomněl, že tady nemáš co dělat. Tady budu dělat kolem tebe kolečka možná ještě. A to tvýho kamaráda vystřelím jen tak ze srandy. Aby si jen tak ze srandy viděl, že prostě tady nemáš agro. No. No vidíš, tvůj kámoš tam prostě vidí, že tady nemá co dělat a prostě okamžitě odejde. A ty tady prostě pořád okouníš. A zbráníš mi ke questu, vole. Tak prostě odejdi. Tady nemáš co dělat. Odejdi.
One strike will suffice.
Odejdi, ty kundo. No, už vole, zatasujete meč. Odtáhni ty kriple. Tady mám větší věci na práci, než se zabývat tebou. Well, that one's down. Tak, druhý má taky teleportér, jak příhodné. To je docela pěkný macatý dělo. Dělá krásný dunilý rány. Má docela slušný fire rate. Nevím, co tam škemrají s operating timem, že je příliš dlouhý. To jde solo úplně krásně. Tak, kde je ten třetí? Ten je až tamhle. Prostě před tím Fire Islandem. To je... Jo, to je tam, jak je to, vyvíš tohle ten útes, je to na vrchu, jo, už to vidím. Je to přesně tam, jak teď je ten kurzor. Je prostě přímo na stejný úrovni. Takže tam nedogliduju jen tak. A si budu muset vzít někoho, kdo to dokáže. Někdo říká, že o slovách na Yashiro Islandu nic nenaplánovala, že její oblíbená kočka je Tanuki. My víme jen to, že to není Raiden Shogun, ale její ledově nalajnovaná poddaná. Co jsem tady označil? Jo, kraby. Si vzpomínám. No, krabí lokace jsem vymezil tam ty dvě. Tady ty můžu smazat.
Yahoo!
Tak, začneme tímhle.
Don't blink.
Fajn. Tak to oblezu. Nepouštěj se. No. Tady je ta příruční oktagrana. Wait a minute. Jo, tady je vlajka Sengonomie. Hop, tak tenhle kanon ovládaj. Boom. Knock knock. Tatarasuna protective barrier is down. Tak budeme reportnout. Ah, you're back. My, that was loud. My eardrum is still ringing. After hearing the cannon, the Fatui will most certainly suspect that the Shoguns have become aware of their activities. Still, something seems off here. Why hasn't the Tatarium energy begun to leak out after a containment dome was destroyed? Could it be that some of Mikage Furnace's systems are still operational and have purified some of the energy? Or perhaps the Fatui are collecting that energy? Whatever the case may be, please take this opportunity and go find out. Watch out! It's the Fatui! And here I thought they wised up a little.
Time for takeoff. Wouldn't good. Nowhere to hide. Speed of light.
Time for a flash freeze.
Let's play.
I
Don't blink.
miscalculated.
Incoming. Hey, cut to the chase.
Now you're not going anywhere.
Nope.
Don't blink.
Frozen food.
Nope. Vzdušný proud od Venty je vážně užitečný.
Speed of light. Don't blink.
Jo,
Speed of light.
Disgusting.
pokud už na typku nemáte jakýkoliv oheň, tak jste totálně v pytli. Takže já vezmu tuhleto sestavu. Goodness me, they don't beat about the bush, do they? Looks like they do have their eyes set on this place. It seems that the target is the Tataragami energy, which is within the Mikage furnace. Go check out the status of the storage device inside the Mikage furnace while the Fatui are distracted by all this ruckus we're making. If you encounter any Fatui, take them out. I have every confidence in your abilities. Especially after this. Get close. Velmi snadný příkaz. Will do. Tak. Yep. Až udělám další krok, tak budu nejdál, co jsem kdy byl.
Shine down. Steady as stone. Boom boom. Objection.
Musím si vezmout tu elektrogranu tady. Chce bonusový boosty.
Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish. Out of my sight. Incinerate.
Let me fucking go.
This is Her Majesty's gift.
Nope, it's not.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Kdo mě pořád zavodňuje? Někdo mě zamražuje a zavodňuje. Mně se to nelíbí. A to jsem na Barbaru ani nezasáhnul. No, tebe mám hotovýho. No, tebe mám hotovo.
Winter shall eventually come.
Možná bylo vždycky si vzít na tohle parkour grupu, abych vylez na určité věci co nejrychleji. Tohle je pořád blízko k tomu, takže můžu testovat, jestli ty provazy jsou vylezitelný. Odpověď zní ne. Čo zpátky. Akorát. Or má slightly faster movement speed. Ha. Měl jsem štěstí, že tady je uvnitř další. Wow. Nope. Na vás se můžu vykašlat.
Thank Barbados. Wait a minute.
Thank Barbados. Wait a minute. Ah, there is one. This should be the Mikage furnace. Zero mentioned there's a device that contains the Tatarasuny core in here. We should take a look at it. Let's record it so he can have a look at it. Look at it! Wah! Tak. Take a hike, bitches.
Brace yourselves.
Hihihi. A dej si zpátečku. No, take a picture. Cool. Ještě si budu dělat fotečky, vole, z dovolený. Fotečka. Oh, fu. Fotečka. Boom, yay, what a sizzler. Super hot pick. Wow, such wow. It broke. And I'm out. I escaped. Whew. Je to hodně tense zóna. Ono to je vidět odsud. Ono to je vidět odsud. Did you find the device? Yes, and I'm looking at it already. I took a picture of it. Storage device. Let me take a look. Good, good. It hasn't suffered too much damage. If all the other emergency systems are working normally, most of the energy circuits inside the device should have been cut off already. That I would consider great fortune, even amidst our many miseries. I have a few more preparations to make, and I also need to give the problems we have faced some thought. Come find me after a while, we still have a lot of work to do. Talk to Xavier. Okay. řekněme, další den. Ok, budeme dělat nějaký další adventury, přespíme někde, pravděpodobně ve své Teyvatě. A pak se vrátíme další den. Hello there, my dear gallant girl. Aw. Gallant girl. I have good news and bad news regarding the Mikage furnace. Which would like to hear first? Let's hear the bad news. The bad news is that the Fatui are still poking around inside the furnace. They very much seem to be searching for a way to get their grubby hands on the Tatarigami core itself. The good news is that the core hasn't suffered much damage, so I can take care of it myself. Obviously, the Fatui will be none too pleased to hear that. But if we let them meddle any further, the Tatarigami's power will get out of control. This entire island will be blown sky high with us still on it. However, if we solely focus on the Fatui, the Tatarigami build up inside the containment dome will eventually reach its limit all the same. Okay, so we need to deal with both problems at the same time. Well, put simply, academically, hypothetically, theoretically, yes. We are facing two separate problems here, the Fatui and the Tatarigami. But with how the situation is inside the Mikage furnace, whichever problem we choose to tackle, we're likely to have to face the other in the process. So ultimately, the fact of the matter is... You mean to say yes? Yes, that's correct. We need to build them at the same time. One step at a time. As the Liyue saying goes, don't rush to eat hot tofu or you'll burn your tongue. How come you know Liyue proverbs? We've been to Liyue before. I would consider this little gem of wisdom as a souvenir from the trip. I have a lot more of these souvenirs where that one came from. I must confess to having imbibed it in all of my souvenirs from Mondstadt, though. They were really good. Oh, you mentioned Mondstadt. Let's get back on track. I have a teensy weensy eeny beeny plan to fix this Mikage furnace situation, but I will need your help. What do I get out of this? Dostanu z toho to, že ten celý ostrov nevybuchne, se nevyhodí do povětří. You got it. You got it. Huh, forthright and ready to fight. That's what I like about you, girl. I digress. Now hold on to these sensor beacons. I need you to place them in a number of locations. What these sensor beacons do is they gather data on distribution of the Tatarigami energy within the furnace. Once armed with this data, I should be able to come up with a more detailed plan. Leave it to me. I shall leave it in your hands indeed. I will mark the locations of the beacons over your map. I'll be counting on you. Well done. Now what we'll do is let's connect the data. How did you know where to put them? I was part of the design with Mikage for this design team, but as it began to look kind of almost all inside. And now we've set up here, finding these locations of trouble would be over overnight. Mr. Floyd knew half of what happened here, he would go completely ballistic. Alright, thanks for your help. Please take this compensation. Also, one more thing. I may definitely need you to help me retrieve the beacons at some point over the next few days. I don't have a vision after all, so I can't simply stroll into somewhere with such a high concentration of Tatarigami energy. Not only mention that those rough and tough Fatui folks are still in there, I think you are the only person on this whole island capable of dealing with them in fairness at the same time. Is it done? Well, at the very least, tohleto jeho whatever is done. Hopefully it's as far as the situation escalates. Překvapil jsem se toho pečně zalívé, ale ne za ani na Zoomu. Za to, že jsem to dokončil. A jak si to půjdu pročistit hlavně. Či mi to tam neotravuje na tom screenu. si budu přehodit na původní sestavy. Ne, nikdo tě nezajímá. Yeah, sure, whatever. Gimme. Done. Je to libeský piece of shit, což je šíleně daleko. Return to the mountain, school. A tohle 4 a to jsou všechny miniquesty. Good for you. Tady je nějaký vykřičník, rovno seberem, je to na tomhle ostrově. Nameless. What are you looking for? I'm looking for everything about you I remember it disappears from my mind. Do you know what I'm supposed to be looking for? Have a look at it in your own pockets? I already have, it's on my person. I don't remember what I was after. I can know if something's not I'm looking for. Whatever it is, it's not on me. What is I'm looking for? Because I cannot remember. Think back when you arrived here. What I got, I remember doing is wielding my sword, but while I was wielding it. Ah, yes, now I remember. I was executing someone. You struck at me with your sword, blood surges like a river of red. It gives a real rush. When was my sword last stained red? It must have been a few days by now. I was lazy you're here today. For now, let's leave aside the question of what I was looking for. I tired myself thinking about it for so long, and I need to relax. It's been a little while since I brandished my blade. I can hear Tatarasuny Gira complaining. Now listen, she's calling out because she wants to cut you into pieces. Having a duel with you will make her very happy indeed. Are you okay? You can't detect the Gira's voice? What a pity. Those who live by the sword don't listen to the voice of their blade. She's nagging me to do it again. Come draw your weapon and try your chances against me. Ah, really? Try your chances against me. Yes, to si říkal. Cinematic? Really? Když nebudu muset, tak budu jedině rád. Udělej to. Nope. Já...
Let's play.
Nope.
Embrace the ice.
This will do.
Ne.
Not in the mood for this.
To se nepočítá, protože to nemůžeš zatáčet. Ty nemůžeš se najednou rozhodnout, že sekneš doleva místo dopředu. To je cheatování. To je jako kdyby si s tímhle mohl zatáčet.
Let's play.
Jo, ale to je na to časomíra ještě, no to mi to ultimátně vleste na záda.
Think you can get away? Nowhere to hide.
Cut down. Like this.
No. Během chvíle. I've cut countless people down, I've never once learned this to defeat their answer I bet, and I lost. I don't know, even if it has cost me my life. I don't do that kind of thing. Hedram is sorry to kill, you do not? We fight strangely, and your bearing is far from normal, like which school do you belong to? I'm just a traveler. I'm willing to say, are you mad a little? Chillboy would not recognize it. Who was I? What was everything? I don't remember. I was familiar with a piece of sword. Someone has lost and is doomed to wander this wasteland. I can try to help you, but not knowing even my name. How could you help me? One time was nowhere me up here. The only connection I have to my swordsmanship. Where did you learn the swordsmanship? I'm not going to come, but it comes from nowhere. On this path, there is a little hope in the background at all. You're going to begin searching earlier, they can receive blah blah blah. Without the sword, you're going to go to the smelting plant to look for a discarded inferior blade. Though it being trained, they would cherish it and give the blade a name. They would train with the differences and with their many wounds, but they would gain a foundation that they would still be mocked. But our friend by their side would not be able to go on. Wait, what is it? It'll feel so familiar. I think I remember something. To chill with so inspiring as a family. Ježmar, teď bude to celý vyprávět. They lived in a hut in a fishing village to the north, was under a cliff surrounded by the sea of size. Jako mám hledat, jo? North of here, under a cliff surrounded by sea. Takže ostrov, jo? The safe side was too slow to spot it. What they? I can't remember. Did you say would you help me? I understand. Summarize where is this bond and brought me these swords. I will remain here. Cool. Search for the blade. Sure.
Come with me. Let us find shelter from the rain.
Ani ještě na ten ostrov budu mít za sebou.
Brace yourselves. Yeah. Speed of light. The sun is out. Our work's done for the day. Shall we take a stroll?
Rád bych, ale nemůžu. No way, let's go. Sure. Jenom jeden meč, nevadí, přinesem jenom jeden meč. Here is one. I remember. One of the two children used this sword. That child, he and his friends sneaked out to a smelting plant to obtain two identical swords that the smiths had discarded. The finest of blades were made there, but these two were an inferior make, so those two children mocked each other for not being able to afford swords made by famous smiths for using junk. I say as long as it can slay foes in battle, it is a good blade. Who in this world was born bearing gold and jade? No, this battlefield has currently been noble and lowly. Samurai, have you been on the battlefield? No, I have not. You should. One strike and one strike only is all to someone to fall under my general Loli Shigeru. But I cannot die. No matter how many swords don't come to challenge me, I have never defeated it. Those who are only swordsmen named the flair to call cut down. You are the only one that you managed to defeat me. Curses. Curses, curses. I will go again. I will not lose this time. Let us duel once more. If you're ready to lose. Many have said this before, that Zidokire cut them down. How many blows will you withstand? Znova.
Here we go. Time for take.
Jo, tak já tedy půjdu.
Tell me something art.
I shall come forth.
Take. Whirling snow.
Tak, na chvíli se zmrz.
Brace yourself.
No. Já zůstanu tady nahoře. Čepaty. Ty nic nech, tobě se nic nechce.
Yahoo! Speed of light.
Wow, on si obnovil hápka. To je taková sketa.
Incoming.
Rollback. Tady to ten useless cinematic ještě jednou celý, který vůbec nic nedělá. Ani tam není žádná scéna akční, prostě jenom tak na se zíráme jak dva totální idioti. A pak to stejně všechno oddělám já.
Let me try my
Think you can get away?
To uděláme naprosto stejně.
My pump. Nowhere to hide.
Vysypu to na tebe tohleto všechno.
Here we go. Yeah.
Nope.
Brace yourselves. Yeah. Embrace the ice. Whirling snow. Don't blink.
cut down. Like this.
You defeated me again. Where did you learn so? I've told you, I'm a traveler. Don't mess with hide behind true selves like this. Never mind, I shall not pry. It has been so long since I felt this fulfilled, discarding all pointless thoughts, giving myself over to the blade. Whatever embarrasses this refreshing feeling. It's almost like I could gain acceptance. Confused when focused on winning on the victory. I once wielded this sword asunder many armored bodies. I'm pretty well felt. More unarmed I could have begun with the sword. The victor go the spoils, the glory, so much satisfaction, I was crowned with honor. Acknowledge my praise when the tone from Philly. Wine, I got wine and drank in the moonlight. Where did you drink? I remember there was inside great encampment, men armed, dressed in armor all around us. We said something about, no, I can't remember it. I'll find you the wine. Armor, shows you in the enemy camp. If you guys these are some lunch, mostly flat. That's where the camp is. Sure. Mapko, udělej mi puntík. Kojo encampment, není divo. Ask the soldiers about the wine. Kujo clan. Do you know a nameless samurai? I never heard of some strange guy embarking at the wrong tree here. A jak se zeptám toho hlavního Kujoa, který je hlavní oficír. Do you know a nameless samurai by any chance? Slaying a master wrestling no foe on the battlefield, it must be eroded. Nope. Jeden týpek je příliš up-nose, druhý je příliš down-nose. Potřebuji někoho ve středu dění, který má povědomí, ale není příliš Born into a fishing village, joined the army, and that matter of speech. I think I know what you're talking about. After last battle, and lots of folk went missing in action, that guy included. Usually people end up unaccounted for to destroy the road, you know, bought the farm. AKA died. But that guy with his skills, I don't think any of those riffraffs are gonna make it have beaten him. I thought he fled. I never imagined he would lost his memories and become a madman who only knows how to wield a sword. Well then, were you here to ask about it, or do you want to do something else? I'd like to know about his past. His past, as far as I'm aware, it's nothing particularly happy. But you look like a good person. I mean, you guys were just to help him out. As an old friend of his, I would like to help, but I have my duties and I cannot leave. You just need the wine that he drank in the past. Wine? That's all you need? I got it. I'll give you my personal bottle of it, in fact. Back when he was still in the army, he and a friend from his hometown would drink together. They were both of lovely birth and would be ostracized by those fools from richer families. It was a rough man who didn't care a whit about the getting excited. He just threw himself into battle all the same. The general at the time quite liked him and raised both him and his hometown friend to the rank of Hatamoto. But during that battle, I always come back to something off. Whenever I think about the past. There's no point in nattering on it, so I shan't. Sorry, I have to wine. There's nothing else. Best take your leave. There's a military gang up, and if you tell you too long, people might get the wrong idea. Cool. A nakonec bude stejně dlouhá komplikovaná věc jako ten samotná Tatarigami. Jo. Did you find the wine? Here you go. This wine. It's bitter. That's not right. I remember the one we drank wasn't like this. It only had the taste of excitement and joy. We took names and won glory. Should not be able to please with ourselves, and yet why does this wine go down my throat so bitterly? And this bottle, I remember it. It has to be. He would take this bottle and he would say, "Come on, Masanori, have another." Masanori. That's my name? So that is your name, Masanori. Ah, teď už má jméno. It is honored to meet you, Masanori. I remember I would often drink with the same person. He and I were like brothers, and we would talk often. There was just this once. He said something that led to an argument, and so he left. He was my brother in arms through thick and thin. Why would we just leave like that? What did I do wrong? Do you know, Samurai? Maybe it's for the best that you don't know. But I want to know. I must know. Please, I want to know. I want to. Kill Masanori. Okay. Behind me was my user blade to help me remember. Oh, have at it. Po třetí. To je úplně ta stejná scéna, není to ani nic speciálního.
Yahoo! Wouldn't gliding be faster? Take flight! Let the show begin. With sword comes shadow. Time for takeoff. Let's play. My apologies.
Jo, on se mu zvýšil level na 80. Minimálně jednou měl 75. Kam mám úplně
Think you can
prim
get
and
away?
proper fighting group.
Nowhere to hide. Let's dance. Whirling snow.
Yep,
This battle.
with 1 second left, fuck you. Ani nemám na to svoji best fighting grupu a vy po mně chcete peak performance. How am I this way? I'm so useless. I'm a useless samurai. Wait, I have said this to myself before. I remember now. I saw a sword fall from someone's hand. It wasn't Takatsuki Dogire. The sight of that sword sent me trembling all over. My courage failed me. I feared that fallen sword and I fled from there. I ended up here. And where's that place? I fled from the tidal flats in northwest. That was where the battle took place. Why was I so afraid of that sword? I'll help you find that sword. Remember, I have to remember the sword. The sword. The sword. Get the sword! A je to Nezuchi Beach. Nebo druhá strana Nezuchi Beach, která se stala víc dávno. Pak je další bitva na té druhé straně Nezuchi Beach a ta se stala celkem nedávno. Oh, for the love of Celestia, why?
Lucky day.
Vás je to jako kopru.
My blade.
My apologies. Yeah. Yeah. Time for takeoff. Take flight. Don't blink. Cut to the chase. Kami-Sato, surrender. Let the show begin. My apologies. Yeah.
Cheap tricks. This will do.
Yeah.
Boom. Trefím jednou do obličeje.
I'll protect us. Whirling snow. Speed of light. Hey! Yeah!
Cut down. Like this.
Right, goodbye.
Let's get down to business.
Další.
Think you can get away?
Můžete být přitáhnutí tímhletím
Nowhere to hide.
tornádem, prosím. Děláte mi hodně velkou radost.
Here we go. Don't blink. Embrace the ice.
My blade.
Yahoo!
No. Teď, když už je tu klid, tak si můžu konečně vzít ten meč. Masterless Blade. Where's the sword? Yes, that was his sword. But where is he? Where did he go? We agreed to go home together. What's come over you? Oh, is only there! How can this be? Teď je 80.
With sword comes shadow.
Že já to nikdy neočekám dopředu, že bych si dal nějakou lepší grupu. Takhle musím... Takhle musím vykřesávat z ubohé situace maximum.
Think you can get away? Speed of light. Cut to the chase. Let's dance. Brace yourself. Hey. Whirling snow.
Myslím, že na to 2 minuty a za minutu jsem sundal 1 půlku a teď se znova revivenu.
Time for takeoff. With sword comes shadow. Take flight. Embrace the ice.
Ha!
This battle.
Question mark. I have been thoroughly defeated. I have put everything on the line to wield my sword. Sword. With the martial arts that I so worshipped, they have been truly and pathetically beaten. Have you awakened? You need not worry. I lost control earlier. Never again will I raise my hand against you of my own will. I fought you to my heart's content 4 times and discovered some shattered memories, obtained 2 swords and a bottle of wine. I am satisfied. Moreover, the more I remember, the more I feel anger and deep pain rise up from within me. Perhaps my past is indeed far from a beautiful story. I doubt I will get much from becoming obsessed with it, so it's best I put it down. Nonetheless, I believe it to be greatly fortuitous that we met. I do not regret it. The feeling is mutual. Totally. You are indeed straightforward. I shall also be frank. No, you are Masanori. I may be to you as a defeated foe, but if you are willing, still wish to exchange pointers, I will still exchange pointers with you. Warriors make friends best with when their swords clash, rather than when they talk around the table. I and Takatsuki Dogire will remain here, watching the sea and listening to the wind. We will be here in time to speak with you should you wish it. Why we fight? Jo, takže ten tu prostě je a můžu si s ním kdykoliv zaspárovat. A s tímhle se už bohužel rozloučíme pro tento díl. Jsem se kouknul na čas a ne, udělali jsme v tomhle díle a tak akorát a vyšlo to. Šoš. A na dnešní díl vyšla přesně akorát celá Tatarasuna, plus tady Masanoriho blbost. Takže takhle, když je to akorát, tak to akorát zakončím. Tady si doplním jídlo, aby mě to abych to odbil. Tady, here you go. A questové nás u tohohle zanechám. A příště se podíváme na zbylý 2 ostrovy, kde mají svoje vlastní problémy. tady ten Tatarasuna researcher se možná ozve, ale jestli jo, tak mi to bude úplně volný. Protože tam už se nevrátím, ani za hovno. Možná, že budu 100% ten ostrov, tak se tam budu muset skáknout to prohlídnout, ale budu to brát nejdřív okrajově a doprostřed se nepodívám vůbec. Tam mě nikdo nedostane. Obzvláště tam něco hledat pečlivě. Tatarasunu nesnáším. Quite thoroughly. Jednak tady z tohohle důvodu a jednak z tamtoho důvodu. Obě dvě tyhle ty věci mě příliš nenadchnuly. Šož. Tak to bude asi takovým shrnutíčko done. Že dějou se tu věci a ta weapon furnace tam je, vypadá zvláštně, dělá tam bordel, je to nepříjemný. Takže to bude asi... Takže na to nelze nic víc dodat, než jenom říkat obvious věci. Takže se rovnou... Šož. Takže se vrhneme na epilogovou část, což je... Wish sekce. A na dnešek tu máme tyhle dva temporary wish bannery. Tady Nahida banner a Yoimiya banner s Bennettem, Razorem, některý lidi ho mají jako oblíbenýho main DPS 4-starovýho, a Noel, kapitánka defenzivního týmu, prostě at the forefront. A u ní máme jako asi 4 nebo 5 z 6 hvězd, takže tu už máme skoro vymaxovanou. Jako... Vzhledem k tomu, že ji dostanete hned z fleku 2krát, když máte ten Noel Starter Banner. No minimálně když jsem začínal já, tak byl Noel Starter Banner, který jsem jí pulnul 2krát, plus ostatní věci. Takže za ten čas Noel zrovna se boostila nejrychlejc. Nebo měl nejvíc příležitostí minimálně. Pokud nepočítáme nějaký takový jako Jungling a Chongyun, který jsou dva asi nejhorší 4-stareři, který jsou nejméně používaný snad. Jako, chtěl bych někoho vidět, kdo by používal Chongyuna a zároveň používal taky nějaký čas ostatní postavy a řekl mi, že Chongyuna používá radši než ty ostatní. Bych chtěl vidět někoho, protože Chongyun je tak pomalej. Prostě jsou určitý týpci i jinýho elementu, který prostě dělají to samý. Styly těch jejich útoků jsou stejný, nebo hodně podobný. A prostě jenom to, že mají rychlejší attack speed, i když jenom o trošku, tak prostě to je takovej rozdíl. Takže názorově Bennetta mám, myslím, taky 3krát nebo 4krát, toho mám taky docela dost konstelací o něj, ale nepoužívám ho, protože i jeho útočný styl je styl smůla a sám se odpálím, což mě totálně hryže. A to jakože go away from me. Razor je takovej, jakože kdybych ty ostatní postavy neměl jenom základní set těch postav, prostě základní postavy 4-starový z Monsteru a z Liyue a prostě jenom těch pár základních, tak bych používal jeho jako hlavního elektropřeborníka, protože on je docela dobrý. Ale prostě mám ostatní náhradní možnosti, takže se na něho nedostane. A někdy, když mám příležitost si vzít nějakou slabší postavu, protože mám příležitost bojovat proti slabším monstrům obecně, tak si ho rád tak si ho rád zařadím. A Noel samozřejmě. Please, Noel, please, prosím. To je jako prostě, jestli mi dropne Noel, cool. Jestli mi dropne Noel 2krát, jej. Jestli mi dropne 3krát, z nějakého důvodu, tak už to bude zamračený face, protože to už třetí Noel už půjde do kopru. Takže to uděláme asi tak jako to většinou dělám tyhle ty mini věci, jeden půl minimálně a skoro maximálně a pokud ten jeden půl bude na nic, tak druhý půl no tady. Takže ten půl over here. Praying to Orange Jesus. Prosím, naděl nám nějaký dobrý dary. Hlavně ne Beneta. Samý dobrý věci. 3. Oh no, Sacrificial Greatsword. I když ty Sacrificial věci dávají insta cooldown. Ale stejně. Fuck you. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. A nic. Dostali jsme nic, jenom jeden meč se tváří, že je víc shiny než ostatní. Wait, to bylo správně. Který z vás je nejblíž? Come over here. Máš mrazový smutek, tebe to nemusí zajímat. Jo, ten má kurentně Razer shodou okolností. Ten má šanci, že endne cooldown úplně. Takže ten skill budete moct použít jednou navíc. Má jako věc Energy Recharge. Tady ty hodní 4 mají přesně ten meč, který potřebují 100%. A Rain Slasher jsem řešil nedávno pro Seiyu, takže ten má taky 100%, který potřebuje. Takže Razer, který ho přímo má. Chongyun má prostě attack sword, a který mě nezajímá. Když to tak prostě plácnu. Tak to máme tuhletu Doris, přes kterou se nevyznám. To jako může i nemusí. Co mají ty AP defense? Jestli mají attack, protože when in doubt, they attack. Takový moto. No.
As a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Bych to mohl vzít ještě z druhého pohledu. Že bych nějaký potřeba Energy Recharge Sword, je nějaká alternativa? Ne. Kurentně, protože když vyřadíme ty charaktery vysokého rázu, který mají ty meče, který potřebují, a zvážíme ty ostatní meče celkově, tak tohle je jediný volný Energy Recharge meč, když by ho někdo potřeboval. A vzhledem k tomu, kolik je tady těch postav a kolik z nich co potřebuje, tak ani jeden z nich v podstatě nepotřebuje Energy Recharge. Jako Razer ho má a jako možná ho potřebuje. Ale jako to je hodně velký možná, protože jsem se na něj nekoukal. Takže je zcela možný, že jsem se na to kdysi koukal a dal mu ho, protože potřebuje Razer Energy Recharge. Ale vůbec si tím nejsem, vůbec bych na to nedával. Spíš ho má hlavně proto, protože má jako jeden z mála skill, který je dobrý, když ho může dát instantně znova. Protože když Razer dá dvakrát za sebou ten jeho skill, tak je to docela cool. Takže mu ho tam fusenu a dám na to, že nikdo ten sword nebude potřebovat v budoucnosti. Vemknu a teď se budu mít 60% šanci, že to endne cooldown. A ten efekt se může zresetuje skoro každých 20 sekund místo skoro 30 sekund. There you go, Razer. Můžeš být happy jako grepy. Hey, cause jsme měli tak shitty roll over here. Tak... Zase půlneme jeden tady. Jo, to je krát na 2. Teď jestli mi nespad, jenom mi hlavou probíhají plný pověrčivý věci, jestli když jsem teď dostal něco hroznýho, tak jestli mi teď nejde něco hodně dobrýho a nevyplýtvám si to na tady to, když bych tady mohl třeba dostat Noel nebo Razera. Jenom odpůlnu tady to. Další díl taky někdy bude a můžu to taky ten banner půlnout a doufat v Noel. Boom, here we go. Zase I won't look. Nebudu se dívat a budu prejovat tu RNGs, prosím. Nechtíkača RNG mi nadělí něco dobrýho. 3 4 5 6 7. You gotta be fucking with me. Prosím, nenechávejte to tak. Nechávají to tak. 2krát za sebou jsem dostal zbraň. A vyčsit už mám milionkrát. Well, thanks for nothing. I když ty půly tady z toho dílu zrovna speciálně docela hodně vystihují, jak jsem si cítil skrz ten díl celý. Takže zbraňový drop vystihuje hodně pocity skrze celou hru. Prostě fuck off. Prostě fuck off feelings jsou velmi strong. Tady akorát můžu refinenout tady jednu na tu finální formu, když jsem si vzpomněl. Protože ta Dragon Slayer book je docela populární. Jo, to je Favonius Codex, ten to mám tak několikrát, protože taky spellcasterů mám prostě tři prdele, for some reason. A tady mám můj věci, protože crit damage nikoho nezajímá, tak ho můžu fusovat do Haleluja. Boom. Že when a character takes the field, a random theme song will occur. Attack increase o 100%, elemental damage increase o 80%, nebo elemental master increase o 420 pointů. No co cool. Na dalším už to bude namaxovaný. 4 z 5, už mi ta Vinci dropla 4krát. Tohle mi taky droplo 4krát. Tohle mi droplo 2krát. A tohle to je jednou. Well.
Be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me.
Yeah, how greedy of you. Sure. Anyway, a jak už jste se na tenhle sidequestový mučivý díl dívali, že jste buď si užívali moje utrpení, anebo ho nějak přežili a případně skipli ty nudné party, kde jsem se mořil s totálníma dětinskýma věcma a dostal se k jádru věci, ke kterým jsem se dostal za dlouho.
A blade is like a tea leaf.
A to bude ode mě všechno.
Many times can appreciate its true qualities.
Sure. Takže děkuji, že jste se dívali. A děkuji, že jste se dívali. Vidíme se příště u další ságy a pokud dáte spát, tak dobrou noc.